We got a very heavy information chapter. I would have really liked to see what's going on with the Black Bolts, or more focus on how it's going with Lilith and Nama. But this is a chapter that I'm not gonna be disappointed with, just from like me not getting exactly what I was hoping for. But we did get stuff that I was happy that we did get. Like, we got information on the Dryad, and the Dryad, like normal spirits, is just kind of doing her thing, just chatting and giving information with Patreon, like how the main, like, members of the main cast and people adjacent to them can use ultimate magic. And I'm happy to see just the Dryad in general, and us to get more, just like more insight on non-mortal species, like, more of, because like we have the humans and the elves, but we don't have a lot of information overall on stuff like the spirits and the devils, and even some of the like other species that are like near the humans and stuff, like the dwarves. Like, there's a lot of overall, like, large scale, just general information we don't know entirely about. So it's good to see like a chapter like this, like us getting information on just ultimate magic in general, what's special about it, why can the cast members like achieve it if it's such a big deal. Like, essentially, because they have runes and they're able to use the mana in the area around them, they're able to compensate for the fact that they don't have as much mana as, say, like upper elves do. So it makes sense. Like, I'm hoping though that means that it could be a way to eventually get more people, like, generally, to get ultimate magic, because I don't expect it to be like every character is gonna have it. Because keep in mind, like, everybody that went and trained and now has it, or like the people who had runes and just mana arrays and like all these effects with true magic and stuff, they're all like very big deals in reality to the Clover Kingdom, because even if they're not the top dog characters we know out of like the important ones, they're still leagues above regular people. Like Noelle, Mimosa, Leo, like, they're all royalty, so they have extremely high levels of mana just by default. And then, like, we know Charmy and Luck, like, they're clearly specialties. Like, Luck is a prodigy, and Charmy has, she's half dwarf, so them having like levels way above them is perfect, or way above what you'd expect by learning this, like, essentially like a shortcut way for people to use, like, just general higher levels of mana with, like, using the environment's mana and stuff. The thing, though, that I thought was actually kind of funny is I mentioned that, like, I like Rill, but Rill's been in the post-time skip amongst the longest out of the characters, and he's done almost nothing. And I've always thought that, like, the slander he gets is kind of warranted, because, like, Tabata doesn't do anything with him, so even though he's been around for, like, a good amount of time, he doesn't really, like, he's not actively doing stuff with the important parts of the story and the cast that should live up to his level of character. Because even if he's the weakest captain, it doesn't change the fact that he's still a captain and a prodigy, and he's got high levels of, like, noble, mana, like, in general. Like, Rill's got a very big deal of, like, genetics. Like, his magic is very good, and he has true magic and runes, so it's like, okay, he should be very powerful. But he hasn't done anything yet. And the thing that I'm pretty sure, like, Tabata, I don't think Tabata did it on purpose, but it's like he moved Rill out of the area for, like, the people that got ultimate magic. Because if he stayed behind in the Heart Kingdom, he would have it right now, and he'd be way more powerful. And that's one of those things that, like, we're now getting information on ultimate magic and seeing in action, that it would be one of those things where automatically, if he had this ability, it would give him just an elevation of hype and prestige for, like, up and coming events. Because we know that it's a big deal just in general. We didn't know like much about ultimate magic, but this chapter gives us a pretty good, like, outright description that just makes it so ultimate magic itself is going to always be like a big deal for like an individual. Like, if they can achieve it, clearly they're powerful, clearly they've got a lot of skill, and they've gone the pathway down that led them to obtaining ultimate magic. And what, like, the description that they give is, it's essentially that everybody has like an ultimate magic in their line, like, if they ever achieve this level, but it's like a unique spell for them. Everybody has their own ultimate magic, which is pretty cool. I like that a lot. I think that just in general is a really cool kind of concept of what you can achieve ultimately. There's only like what you achieve in it. It's only for you. That nobody's gonna have the same spell. The thing though that makes me kind of curious is like this is like their end. Then like how like is there gonna be anything really for some of these characters beyond that? Is there a way to evolve their ultimate magic? Like if it's just gonna be like characters get it and then like they peak, who knows? Like maybe it'll be like degrees, like they're only able to use it for a short period of time, or they're not able to fully call out like the ultimate magic. Because I'd be fine with that too if it's like Lux form, it's only like 1/3 or 4th of the way done. Like they can achieve ultimate magic, but their ultimate magic style isn't perfect yet. I don't know. Like it's still a weird concept because like I'd be perfectly fine if Tabata does something like that, where it's like just the characters working their way into it, but they just got their foot in the door and they're able to achieve it. Kind of like how, like the first time Asta, using like his black form or something, that he can only maintain it for like a short period of time, and we knew that just by looking at it, it wasn't completed. Like there was going to be a degree of it later on. I don't know, just because it'd be weird if like luck just peaked. This is just like peak luck. He's never going to get any stronger. I don't think so. I think that would just be a really weird case. It'd probably be like your ultimate magic maybe grows with you. Like say your ultimate magic will always be like proportionate to you. So like if luck became, luck got a lot stronger, more mature in life, so did his ultimate magic. Like his ultimate magic just doesn't sit at like pretty much the same forever. Like it's not just a end all ability. Like maybe it grows with them, I think would be the best way to kind of put it. I'm just assuming it makes sense to me, but at the same time, like we don't know exactly entirely how it's going to be. Like maybe if he unlocks more general spells, it will make his ultimate magic more powerful. Maybe that's what it'll be like. As the person matures, so does the ultimate magic itself. Like it's always changing, but it's always unique to the person. I don't really know. Either way, I definitely want to see more of it. I like the description of it a lot. I think that it has just like a general really cool, like I said, unique aspect for each character. So each of them are just going to have something that is going to be a clear just embodiment of who they are. And I think that's going to be really fun to see. I'm curious to know, like, with this, though, when we would get to a point where more characters would have ult magic. Like, say Tabata introduced bad guys after the stuff with the devils, and it's like, okay, all these bad guys have ultimate magic. Some form of big shot group in the world that's, like, going to lead into, like, large-scale open world stuff in Black Clover or whatnot. Like, if, say, like, the bad guy group's like, oh, they have 8 people, all who can use ultimate magic. That'd be really cool, just because it would have a degree of default hype. And like I've mentioned in a couple other series, it's kind of like in Bleach, how you knew a captain was going to have Bankai. So before you even get to like certain aspects of the fight, you would know, okay, they have Shikai, they have Bankai. You know that they have certain things regardless of what their powers are exactly that they're going to demonstrate. And each one is going to be like, a certain level of flex and power proportionate to like their level of status and stuff. I think that would be really cool. I always really have loved powers like that, where there's like a degree of there's a degree of at least one move you assume that they're gonna have, and especially when it's gonna be unique to them, it just has like a extra degree of mystery onto it. Like they have like this specific type of trump card up their sleeve, regardless of everything else. You don't know if they have mana zone. They don't know of what they could just. Maybe they're just have some naturally really high mana amount. Like they're just some anomaly, and they don't even have runes or anything. They're just a human with absurd magic, or a different species of creature. And you just assume, like, you just know they have ultimate magic. So it's like, regardless of whatever magic they have, do they have an element? Do they have some form of crazy weird magic? Do they have some form of maybe like a style we haven't seen yet? Regardless, if they have something that you can just generally hype about. I've always really liked that. It's a fun just way to give people who are impatient a like kind of breadcrumbs at like what to expect. But then we get all the members of the cast that adjacent to some of the main ones, like adjacent to Noelle. You got like Charmy and stuff. You got like
Leo and Mimosa and everybody. They're just doing like general true magic, wiping out all these like lower level devils. And we get some information on the devil ranks, which I was pretty happy about. Like the Dryad is saying how low level devils you just overkill them. You use a lot of power and wipe them out. And then she says the problem are the mid level and higher, because she says like you don't even have to be arcane to kill like the fodder ones. Okay, but then it's like the middle level ones. Like she said, the middle level and higher are the problem. So it's like I'm curious exactly if it means that you can't like. Is ultimate magic and true magic going to be fine at killing the middle ranked devils, and then you have to have arcane for the upper ranked ones? Because I think that would be a really cool way to differentiate the devils in general. Is if you like the degrees of extra stages of magic, like advanced types are how you kill the more advanced devils. I think that would be a really simplistic way to put it. Okay, like low rank devils, if you're just outright stronger, you can just kill them. But it's like, oh well, even if you're outright stronger, if you don't have something like true magic or ultimate magic or arcane, then you're not gonna be able to kill the middle rank ones, where you have to have like arcane or maybe like a devil power in order to kill an upper rank devil. I think that would again be super easy to do, because it'd be just setting their levels or requirements at levels and aspects that we already know about. Like we already know about the difference between true magic and normal magic. We know about we know at least enough about like the devil versions of magic and like stuff like the arcane. And now we have information on ultimate magic, so it'd be very easy to. Oh, I forgot to turn off my Streamlabs, so somebody subscribed, so the audio just came right through. Anyway, thank you, Rajesh Yadav. You have special extra showing in this video just for subscribing at the time that made me look silly and inconvenient, but all good, always appreciated. Anyway, I just thought that was kind of funny. It's like, hey, you get a bonus. But anyway, that in general I thought was pretty cool. But like, I kind of wish we got a little bit more showing out of the middle class devils. But I mean, like maybe that'll just be safe for like a couple of the other characters who are, not as absurd as Luck. Because out of all the characters that were there, Luck is a prodigy. He had, he was trained directly adjacent to like another super person with lightning magic, and he's the most combat-orientated character, like, out of the younger people that went there. Like, we know Luck loves to fight. That's, like, Luck's drive. So him being first in, him being one of the more powerful, makes a lot of sense. I'm alright with that. But my belief that Tabata is doing is, like, whenever Tabata has big groups and factions, the lower people are almost always for setting up the strength of other people, or kind of just being the the mass fodders. They're not big deals, but they're enough that like you have to have a certain benchmark of characters, obviously, to defeat. And middle rank devils, or at least in Luck's case, is where that's going to be at. So we know Luck is going to be, who knows, faring against an upper rank devil, but he should be in that fight, like aiding them, because like if middle rank devils are nothing to him, then he should be fine against. He should be at least able to be a functioning member of a group fight against some of the upper ranked devils. We don't know how like big of a gap it'll be, like even with these first two with Lilith and Nama, but we'll see. Pretty solid stuff. Like I'm hyped for the next chapter. Noct is in a bad spot. Like he's got like a bunch of ice spikes going through his body. I don't think this is the real Noct, just because like the whole setup with like him and his cat devil saying to die with him. I think this is gonna be a fake, and I very much believe that he ditched Jack and then went to Morris, because it just makes sense to me. Because even like Noct doesn't seem to be like the guy who would just, oh well, this is my ally, even if I don't like him or whatever, like I'm gonna stay back with him. Like he knows that Jack is in a dangerous spot. He can't really save Jack. He might have some trick to be able to pull Jack out of there, but I personally think that he just said, well, Jack's a sacrifice if I can go kill Morris and stop the gate. Because Morris is a critical person right now in everything, in the whole scheme of things, because he's speeding up the gate opening, so he could easily spell a game over if he just opens stuff so fast that they can't they can't keep up with it. And that's the big thing. It's like it's not the thing of like they won't be able just to win in like a general, because like if they can, it's either they're gonna win in the end. Like it could be that they just win in the end and it sets up something for another arc, or it could be a loss and then use that to set up like the the following steps of what's gonna happen in the Black Clover world. But I think that Noct knows that the big gap of like what they could do and the whole process of everything going on right now is dependent on Morris, and he's gonna go for Morris. And I think just the way that he was and the way that he views things, he'd be perfectly fine sacrificing Jack if it meant stopping Morris, taking him completely out of the picture. We'll see though. It's obviously like Tabata ending on a cliffhanger, wanting you to scratch your chin and then wait until the next chapter comes out. So we'll see what's going on with Noct, and I'm really hoping that it's going to be just revealed that it's a fake and that he went after Morris, because that's the stuff I really want to see. Like, I want to see the these two devils, but I'm so much more interested in Morris in just general, and the like Noct confronting him. I think would be a really cool just general confrontation. But anyway, other than that though, comment below. Tell me your thoughts about this chapter. Tell me your thoughts about what's going on right now. I'm hoping Noct is okay, but we'll see exactly how it's going to go. I don't think Tabata would kill him. Like, Tabata clearly seems to like him. But anyway, other than that, though, comment below, thumbs up the video before the like button, subscribe button, and check out my other videos. But other than that, I appreciate everybody's already subscribed. Thank you all for listening. Bye.